Hey YouTubers, hope all is well. Today is Friday, the weekend is almost upon us, so I have decided to create this short video of how, from my experience and my point of view, how I went about changing and converting some of my MTH Lion passenger cars from the incandescent lights to the LEDs. But first, before I begin, I wanted to first thank you very much for watching my videos. I definitely appreciate that. You know, I tried my best to put videos that are entertaining and informative. So with that said, let's begin. So I've been getting a lot of requests and comments about, in particular, this MTH R142A subway train set. I've been getting comments of how I've gone about it, how I've gone about changing this to the incandescent lights to the LEDs. And one of the few reasons I've done that is because with the old or the previous MTH or Lionel passenger cars, some of them have used the incandescent lights. Those are the bulb light ones. I unfortunately don't have one in front of me to show you, but it's very telling. You'll see how they look. It's sort of like a long board with little bulb lights on it. Now, one of the issues with them is they draw a lot of power. So on this particular oval track that I have, if I were to put two subway car train sets of, let's say, 6 to 7 cars, it might trip my transformer that I have. So it draws a lot of power, those incandescent lights. So what I've done is gone ahead and converted a lot of my trains, I'm almost done with them, to LED lights. So basically what it involves is pretty much just 4 parts to it. You have the capacitor, you have the current regulator, the choke, and then you have the resistor. I will put links at the bottom for each of these products so you guys can take a look and judge for yourself if you want to go ahead and do the same thing I've done and purchase them. Here's a few of them that I have here in this little bucket that I have, plastic bucket I have, and they pretty much look like this. The only thing that this requires of you is some soldering skills. Very basic. You want to be a little neat about it so you can keep this little LED kit as small as possible because you're trying to fit it in these passenger cars and hide them from other people viewing them, so this way when they light up, they'll see the little passenger guys in there, the figures in the side. So that's all it requires is some soldering skills, and you're gonna need some practice on it. You could, go on Amazon and try to look for some, or better yet, all this information that I've obtained from a great forum site. It's called the OGR forum. I'll send a link below. That's a terrific forum for a lot of information. It just covers so many topics about this industry, the hobby industry and trains. Very helpful. I would suggest anybody who's into hobby trains to definitely take a look at that forum. I would even join it because it's great, terrific, very informative, and it just helps promote our hobby. So I'm going to show you right now. Oh, one other thing. Sorry about that. So besides these 4 products on the LED kit, you will need an LED reed. So this is what it looks like. You can pick up these on Amazon, but Amazon is going to charge you a little bit more. It's about $15. But I picked these up from eBay, which is a lot cheaper. I think this is about $8 on eBay. And sometimes if you buy them by the bulk, like say 4 or 5 of them, they even knock down the price even further. So the only drawback is that it takes like literally almost a month to get, but it's well worth it. Another thing about the LED lights is that they really come in 2 flavors, 2 colors and flavors. One is the cool white and the other one is the warm white. For this particular train set here you see in front of you, I use the cool white. One of the reasons why is that cool white is just neutral, it's just straight white. And what's great about it is if you look at this, I've already took apart this R142 subway car. And if you notice here, there's blue cars. So what's going to happen is when you put the cool white, it's going to reflect off this blue car seats and give off a bluish tint color, which is what we want because that's what a real 142 car was going to look like currently. And please look at the link right above. You'll see one right there with a picture on it. But this is what it's going to look like. And it looks fantastic. You can see also my other videos that I've done on this subway car. You can see for yourself how they look. They look fantastic with the cool whites. The warm whites are more for, I guess, more older steam engines, and I've done a few of them as well. Same process. And as you can see here, it's not rocket science. So all you're basically doing is using one of these little LED kits that I've built. And you see how I put it in there? You're going to do some soldering. You're going to do some small thin wires. I think these gauges are, I believe these are 18 gauge. I could be wrong. I'll confirm that later and put down the comments below. But these are 18 gauge. They're very thin. And the reason why is, again, you want to hide all these wiring, because when the cars are going around the layout, you want people to see the inside of the figures rather than the actual wire. So I tried my best to hide this, like this little capacitor here between the two windows. And this is how I set it up. You're going to lay out your LED strip right here in the middle. You're going to solder the obviously the power and the common or the ground. And that's it. And basically once you solder this, you can test it on a track like this. And as you can see here, you have the connectors here. And this basically what's going to happen is you got the power and the common. And when they touch these two sides of the base of this train, it's going to provide the power that's coming from the track to the lights. So that's pretty much it. It doesn't take a lot to do this. I think the more time, it's harder to take them apart than actually inputting these strips in. And I think it's a fantastic way of making your passenger cars real, and they look very, very cool. And on top of that, they draw very little power. And what's important about that is that, like on my layout here that I have, if you have a lot of accessories on your layout, if you put too many cars on it and it's drawing too much power, then obviously it's going to trip your transformer, especially if you have accessories. I have a few accessories on this layout, but I've been slowly but surely converting them to LED because it just draws so much so less power. And what I'm going to do is, on that link on the OGR forum, I'm going to give you the link to the actual forum topic that discusses this whole issue with the incandescent lights. They'll give you all the information about, you know, the mathematics, the numbers, because I'm not going to get into that on this video because that's just too long. I just wanted to take this time to show you guys that this process of converting to incandescent to LED, it's quite really easy. It's not that hard. All you have to do is have some basic soldering skills, and you can begin converting all your passenger cars to LED. So again, I thank you for your time and your patience. I definitely appreciate you guys watching my videos. If you like it, hit the button down below. Let me know in your comments what you think, any ideas. If you see anything that can be improved, let me know. I'm more than willing to take some comments as well. So with that, I thank you very much. Hey guys, actually I do still have a project. I thought I didn't have any. I know I said in my previous clip that I was done, but I'm not actually done. So I thought that this would be really nice for you guys to see. So here I have an end car of the 142A Subway set. Here's the end of it. So by default, MTH does not put a light on this end number sign here. And I'll show that to you. I'll flip it over. So you can see there is no electronics that go in there. So I've been meaning to do this. So I figured let me just do it right now and show you guys what I do. So let me just show you again, like from the previous clip. You see, this is the basics of the LED. See, all the power supplies are coming from this end of the car. So what I plan to do, obviously, is to slip in an LED light right in there. There's enough room to slip it in. I just test tried it. And try to somehow wire another LED wires all the way back to here so I can get the power. And here it is. This is where it's going to take the power. You basically have the hot and the common, and this is where I'm going to try to get that LED to the strip part. So I'm going to have to try to hide it somewhere like I've done here with a little bit of tape, try to hide it on the top of the roof so this way it doesn't show as much as it should, and hopefully we get this. So let's start out. So this is basically, this is the LED kit that I use. I didn't make this, I bought this. This is from Evans Designs. You can see the website's right there. In no shape or form am I giving, I'm not sponsoring, they're not sponsoring this video at all. I'm just basically telling you what the products that I use. These goes for about, I think, I want to say $2 each one. So I usually buy them in bulk of 5. As you can see, they're 3 millimeters, it's red. This is for AC current. So they sell some that are LED for DC. You want to be careful with that, because with DC, you got to do something a little different. And I'll show you the back of it. As you can see here, that this LED kit right here that we see here, this larger one or the semi-small one, well, it's the same thing as this one here. They just miniaturize it. So that's why they're charging you a fee, a $2 fee for each one. And I think it's worth it. You could probably try to attempt to do this yourself. But in our case, I just rather skip and just do it and get it done. So we're gonna take it out of this packaging and try and install it on this end card to light up that number, I believe number 6, is it? Yes, number 6 train. Light it up and see how that goes. So so let's get it out. So here it is. You know, I've already test fitted it. As you can see, this is the little capacitor resistor part of it, how they've wrapped it up. It's very miniature. You can see it's very tiny. And so I have a few of those already in here, as you can see, because what I did was I lit up the end car. As you can see, the end car came with some lights, I believe. I decided to take them out and switch them over to LEDs, as you can see. So these guys can light up. So this will be the end car by default. This is always going to stay lit red. So that's just the choice that I've made. So so let's get going. So let me put this in. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try to test fit it. As you can see, it's going to go right at that end. So if I slip this in, there it is. It's going to look nice. Now I just got to figure out a way, and I'll find a way, you know, to basically kind of wrap it around and basically slip this whole thing where it's nice and neat and it doesn't, you know, show as much. And hopefully I can get it to the back of this and then we can light this up. So give me a second. Let me put some tape around this and kind of try to form fit this, and then we'll light this up to see how it's going to look. Thanks. Okay, so I have it all prepped up a little bit here. Now I just got to add the power. So as you can see, the kit's right here. I wanted to switch over to the overhead camera just to get a better view and you guys can see. As you can see, I have all the power, all these two. I'm just testing them out here, nothing set in stone. I want to see how it's going to look. So give me a second. Let me give it some power. I have here my electrical clips. You know, obviously you got the power to the power and common to the common. Let me get this over here. Got that. Let me get the common there. That should be good. And then we're going to find out how that's going to look. So let me come over here to my little transformer. Let's plug this in. Let's see how it's going to look. Got that in there now. And there we go. So let's see. Now something happened because it didn't light up. So let's see. Oh, there we go. I think it did. Let's take a look. Let me lift this up. No, not really. Let's take a look what's going on here. All right, so it lit up now. I'm getting a lot of power from here, as you can see. Here we go. I just have to position. There we go. I'll lift this up the best I can. You see, that's what I'm trying to get at, that number 6 sign now. It's pretty much lit up. And the only thing I have to do now, when I set this down, is there's going to be a little leakage of that red. Sort of what I have here. What I've been trying to do is, they sell this electrical, instead of having electrical tape, they sell this liquid tape. I mean, I think it's called electrical liquid tape. And so what it is, it's almost like a gluish composite, and you just dump over, and since it's black, it'll cover that. So that's what I've been trying to do here. And I'm going to have to do that here because it's going to leak too much red, as you can see. It may leak into these windows and then it'll kind of look kind of funny. But it looks like it works. It did work. So now I just got to master how to put all this together. And then once that's done, and then that's pretty much it. As you can see, this is how it's going to look like. You have the little capacitor over here, the little LED kit, similar to what these guys are over here, but they just miniaturized, and hopefully this is going to work out. So give me a second. Let me put some tape. Let me start kind of putting this thing into position, and then we'll look at it again. Thanks. All right, guys. So I finally got this taped up the way I like it. I'm just going to show you here. Hopefully it comes out pretty good. So I put some basic clear tape just to see, just to make sure it's all good. You know, I got it. I haven't soldered it. I'm going to have to solder a little bit over here. On the sides right here, this is where the antenna is going in, and down there, and that's pretty much it. You know, let me turn this on to show you guys how it looks. Hang on a second. Let me give it some power from the transformer here I got here, and there you go. See, this is how it's gonna look like. So let me just turn this over. I'm pretty much happy with it. Let me just see if I can show you guys from the end. Go. I think that came out not too bad. I think it came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So that's pretty much it. As you can see underneath, let me give you a close-up shot of that. So as you can see, it's right under there. Now I probably can stick in some more. I was thinking about putting some black tape around here, around this area here, just to stop some of the leakage of the red. But I don't like to use black tape because over time it just starts to get really, it just starts to get, it starts to melt a little bit and just gets nasty, and I don't want to have any problems with that. I'll figure out something out to put it down there. What I've done here is actually put some of the painter's tape. I just had a little bit of it that had a black color. That was black because I was doing some painting, and I shoved it in there. So that could just be a temporary thing, just to keep the bleeding, the leakage, to a minimum. But I think it came out pretty nice. So again, I hope this helps you guys. You know, this is it. This is how I've been doing it. So let me know in the comments what you think, and definitely let me know what you're thinking as well. I'm always a person who listens to comments and tries to improve on this hobby. So thank you for your time, and wish you the best.